record at this end. As usual, please use the chat facility to let me know if you've got any questions. Stefan, are you happy to lead us off?
Yeah, I'll go.
Lovely. Off you go then, please, mate. Thank you.
Johnny, well batted. Virat Kohli's just said that's some of the best batting you could ever see. That's high praise, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll take that. No, it's very kind of him to say that. Obviously, he's been one of the best players, and especially around the world for a period of time. So no, very pleased, and likewise pleased to be striking the ball like I am at the moment.
After the defeat the other day, Owen Morgan said, this is the way that England play. Just now, Ben Stokes has said, there's no fear in big targets. It's okay saying things like that, but the real proof is when you go off and pull the things off that you've just done, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that if you actually break the game down, only from a couple of days ago, we were way ahead of the game. A couple of bits happened and a couple of wickets fell, but we were way ahead of that game, and that was something that we went away and we spoke about and identified. And to win that, chase down 3-3-7 with 6 or 7 overs left and 6 wickets in the sheds, is something that we were really pleased with.
You can't keep Ben Stokes quiet for too long, can you?
No, I mean it was some good hitting, wasn't it? It was fantastic. Obviously, the matchups that he decided to take down were the right matchups, and yeah, he struck it beautifully.
What about the depth? No Joe Root, no Owen Morgan, no Stan Billings. You lose 3 quick wickets, in comes the best T20 batsman in the world, and Liam Livingstone gets going with a couple of sixes.
Yeah, it's not bad, is it, when you actually when you put it like that? I think that the biggest thing, and we've spoken about it for a period of time now, is that strength in depth of the squad. You've seen it many times with people coming in and performing, and also Morgs has spoken about the people that are in place and backing those people that are in place of their spots and their positions, because it's if you're coming into a side and or if you're in a side and you're not sure if you're playing the next game, it can add some anxieties to it. But with the way that Morgs has gone about it, if you're playing and you're in possession, he'll give you a proper crack.
Just personally, do you set targets? You've got 11 one-day hundreds for England. I think only 3 players have got more. You and Jason Roy have got silly numbers as an opening pair. Is there anything you've got your sights set on?
Well, naturally, you'd like to have the most ODI hundreds for England. Yeah, I'm happy. I think that's the biggest thing since opening the batting. Like you say, I think I've got 11, and I think I've opened only 56, 57 times. So yeah, I'm happy with those figures, but those figures mean nothing if you don't keep converting them in the future. So look, I'm happy with how I'm playing my cricket at the moment, and I'm really enjoying it.
Just lastly, you've had a long winter. Obviously, you did manage to get a little break at home. There's the IPL coming up soon. That's a long tournament, can be quite grueling. Have you got plenty in the tank for that?
Yeah, it's a fantastic tournament to be involved in. Every international cricketer around the world wants to be involved in the IPL, and I'm lucky that I'll be joining up with the Sunrisers Hyderabad in the next week or so, and really excited because we did pretty well last year, but I think that we've got a good chance again this year. There's been some really good signings, but also performances, and if we can bed them in together as a unit and carry on from last year, that's an exciting place to be.
Thank you.
Cheers.
John Etheridge, please.
Johnny, hello. Obviously, yourself and Jason have got a great record batting together, but yourself and Ben Stokes seem to enjoy sharing partnerships as well. Obviously, there was the famous one in Cape Town a few years ago. Can you sort of explain how you sort of feed off each other?
I think it's more where people don't like to bowl at us, to be honest with you. I think that's the easiest way of doing it. You can make the obvious comparisons of being right-handed and left-handed, because then all of a sudden, if there's a left arm orthodox that's turning it into Ben, then you give him the strike because you know the power and how destructive he can be, and vice versa. So I think that it complements each other well, like you alluded to with Jason at the top of the order. That complements each other, and obviously Ben being the left-hander and scoring in slightly different areas. If you're making the bowler think all the time as to where they're needing to deliver the ball, then it's a good place to be.
There was a spell there when pretty much every ball did going for 6. Is that how it felt out in the middle?
Yeah, I got told a couple of stats at the back end of the game. Well, after the game, to be honest with you, and I didn't realise that it was like that. That 5 overs, I think, that I think Brian mentioned something about 87 runs in 5 overs. I mean, yeah, if you're able to put together those overs back to back, then you're going to put yourselves into positions in order to win the game more often than not.
Thanks, Jonny. Cheers.
Thanks, John.
Will McPherson, please.
Hi, Jonny. It's kind of raining sixes. Ben hit 10. You hit 7 today. You hit 8 the other day. Is it a conscious decision? Are you guys going out there looking to deal more in sixes than you have in the past, or is it just happening that way?
To be honest, I think it's just happening that way. There hasn't been a conversation saying we must hit more sixes, but I think if you look at where the game is going around the world, whether that be in T20 or 50 over cricket, the team that hits the most boundaries generally wins the game. And if you're hitting boundaries that are going for 6 rather than 4, then the numbers are going to stack up slightly more. I think there was 26s that we hit today. Now that's an extraordinary number in one game, but it's been, I don't know how many we hit the previous game, but I think that if we can keep hitting boundaries, keep putting bowlers under pressure, that if they do miss their lengths, then they potentially could go for 6. Look, the execution won't happen every single time and people will get out doing it. But everybody in the dressing room is backing that person out in the middle, that if they want to hit the ball for 6, they believe that they believe in everyone's ability out in the middle to hit that ball for 6. And that's a good place to be if you've got everyone in the dressing rooms backing when you're out in the middle.
This ODI batting unit has done some pretty extraordinary things. You scored 480 against Australia. You've had some amazing chases like today. Does it? You've obviously all had a bit of time apart, and some of the guys aren't in the side at the moment because they're injured or rested or whatever. Does it still feel like you guys are kind of making big strides forward as a unit and still raising the bar higher every time you play?
I'd like to think so. I mean, yeah, you don't chase scores like that down in India if you're not coming together as a unit. Similarly with the bowling, I thought like Toppers to start the way he did, the guys to start in the power play the way they did, and to see different people in the side and in the squad coming in and doing so well is a great place to be, because look, we don't know about injuries down the line, do you? You don't know about injuries, and if you've got people that are raring to go and have got games underneath their belt, given any opportunity to come in, then like I say, you have a lot of confidence within the squad.
And can I just quickly ask about the kind of very near miss run out that Ben had when he went back for the second and was a direct hit? What was the conversation between you guys? Did you think he was toast, or?
Well, obviously on the big screens, Will, you can't get the zoomed in versions. I'm sure that there was a bit of the GM behind the line. However, if he was out in that moment, my gosh, I think he'd have been kicking himself. I mean, yeah, to potentially get run out like that when he was playing so well was interesting, shall we say? And I'm not sure I can name the exact words that would have been used.
Cheers.
3 more now, please. Shashwat Kumar, Sayak and Anshul Gupta. Shashwat, please.
Good evening, Jonny. Congratulations on an excellent batting display. Perhaps the best I've seen in the past couple of years. So I just wanted to ask, towards the end of the test series, Sunil Gavaskar, when he was on air, said that you looked uninterested during the test series. So how did you take that criticism? Did you hear it in the first place, and how glad are you that you have now answered your bat?
First of all, no, I hadn't heard that, and Secondly, I'm interested as to how that opinion can have been made, especially when there has been no correspondence and communication between myself and him. So yeah, he's more than welcome to give me a ring, and I'll speak to him about my will and want to do well in Test cricket, and my enjoyment that I do get out of playing Test cricket. So as I say, my phone's on, and if he does want to give me a call or a message, then feel free.
Okay, so England have made quite a habit of chasing big scores. So, considering that you open the batting, do you sort of close down the targets into smaller bits, or how do you approach these high-scoring run chases?
Chase them down as fast as you can. That's as simple as it gets. We go out there and try and put the bowlers under pressure in order to try and make them make a mistake, and that's the way that we go about it. Because if it's not my day, if it's not Jason's day, if it's not Ben's day, the strength and depth that we've got in our batting lineup is something that we're very fortunate to have.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sayak, please. Hello, Sayak. Okay, we'll move on then. Last question. Anshul Gupta, please. Anshul Gupta, please.
It's not there.
Hello.
Oh.
Am I audible?
Yep.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So, hello, Johnny. Very, very well played. It was a fantastic knock.
Thank you.
Just wanted to ask, is there a method to this madness, or you just go after everything? And does the depth of the betting lineup give you that freedom to go from ball one?
I think there is a method. It's not. We're not just going out and playing rash shots and slogging. Yeah, there's definitely a method behind it, because you wouldn't be doing it consistently over a period of time if there wasn't. So that's definitely there is definitely a method behind it. I promise you. Sorry, what was the second part of the question?
You go from ball one.
Yeah, the second part was just the depth of the batting lineup
Yep.
provide you that freedom.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you've got Adil Rashid coming in at 10 or 11, and Adil on his own right's got 10 first-class hundreds now. To have that kind of strike power coming in at 10 and 11 is something that not many other teams around the world will have. But then, if you couple that with also with the power hitting that you've got with the likes of Moeen Ali, the Curran brothers, the list can go on. So yeah, it definitely does give you a lot of confidence knowing that the batting lineup is long.
Okay, thank you very much, everyone.
Thanks
Good
all.
night. Thank you.
Thank you.